Jeri Ryan says Captain 7 of Nine's mystery Star Trek Warp Command idea is evil genius. When Star Trek Picard wrapped its third season, fans were left with a tantalizing vision of the future. 7 of 9, finally given her long-deserved promotion, sitting in the captain's chair of the rechristened USS Enterprise G. For longtime followers of Jeri Ryan's iconic character, this moment felt like the culmination of a decades-long journey, from Borg drone to human ally, from reluctant Voyager crew member to trusted Starfleet officer. But what really sent Trekkies into speculation overdrive wasn't just Seven's new rank, it was a mystery command idea that Ryan herself recently described as nothing short of evil genius. The actress has been playfully cagey about what exactly lies in store for Captain 7 of 9, but her comments have cracked open a fascinating debate about Star Trek's next possible direction. If the creative minds behind the franchise truly want to upend expectations, the concept Ryan hinted at could transform not only Seven's command style, but also the very fabric of Starfleet storytelling in a way that feels fresh, daring, and a little bit dangerous. The weight of the captain's chair. For most of Star Trek's history, captains have represented moral anchors. Kirk was the swashbuckling explorer, Picard the philosopher diplomat, Sisko the spiritual warrior, and Janeway the determined scientist. Each was a reflection of their time, and each was defined by the particular challenges they faced at Warp. Seven's appointment, however, comes at a moment when Starfleet itself is in flux. The fallout of the Borg's final assault, the uneasy peace with old enemies, and a galaxy riddled with unknown powers create a scenario ripe for innovation. Unlike her predecessors, Seven isn't a fully assimilated Starfleet product. She was forged outside the system, shaped by trauma, survival, and hard-won trust. Her command style, therefore, cannot simply mimic Kirk or Janeway. It has to be something uniquely her own. Which brings us to the evil genius idea Jeri Ryan alluded to, a mysterious approach to Warp Command that could redefine how the Enterprise operates under her leadership. Jeri Ryan's tease. During a recent fan Q&A, Ryan was asked how she envisions Seven handling the responsibilities of the Enterprise. While avoiding spoilers, she laughed and described one unspoken command concept floated during brainstorming sessions as evil genius. She refused to go into detail, but the phrase alone has fueled rampant theorizing. Was she referring to a tactical innovation? A leadership experiment? Or perhaps a completely new philosophy of warp navigation itself? Ryan's enthusiasm is telling. This isn't a case of an actor politely promoting a role. It's the gleeful recognition that Seven's unique background allows her to break the rules of command in ways that would horrify Starfleet traditionalists, but delight audiences. A captain who thinks like the Borg. One of the most intriguing possibilities is that Seven's evil genius command approach involves leveraging her Borg-derived efficiency in ways no Starfleet officer ever dared. Imagine a captain who treats the Enterprise less like a ship and more like a collective organism. Instead of issuing orders the old-fashioned way, she could employ advanced neural link interfaces, optimizing crew responses at warp speed. This wouldn't mean stripping her officers of individuality. Seven has grown past that, but it could involve a subtle system where decision-making chains are streamlined to frightening precision. Such a method might allow the Enterprise to outmaneuver enemies before they've even fired their first shot. To Starfleet Command, this approach might feel uncomfortably close to Borg assimilation, but to Seven, it could be the logical application of everything she's learned. That tension between Starfleet ideals and Seven's pragmatism would be pure storytelling gold. The warp drive as a weapon. Another theory is that the evil genius idea is less about command style and more about the ship itself. What if Seven pushes the Enterprise G to weaponize its warp capabilities in ways that echo her Borg heritage? We've already seen glimpses in Star Trek canon of warp fields being manipulated as tactical tools, disabling enemy vessels, collapsing subspace corridors, or even generating temporal distortions. A captain willing to take those risks, someone unafraid of bending physics to win, could give Starfleet an edge it desperately needs in a galaxy where enemies are constantly evolving. Yet the moral cost of turning exploration technology into a weapon would be immense. Ryan's laughter when calling the idea evil genius may reflect this very dilemma. Seven knows it's clever, but she also knows it might cross ethical lines that Starfleet has sworn never to breach, leading through fear or respect. Traditionally, Star Trek captains have inspired loyalty by embodying ideals. But 7 of 9 might command differently. Her past with the Borg has always made others wary of her, and even in Picard Season 3, her authority was questioned by officers unwilling to accept her history. What if she leans into that fear rather than constantly battling it? The evil genius idea could be as simple and as radical as 7 adopting a leadership style that mixes calculated intimidation with uncompromising discipline. Not because she craves power, but because she knows fear is sometimes a more efficient motivator than comfort. It would be a jarring contrast to Picard's mentorship or Janeway's maternal determination, but it might also be exactly what the post-Borg galaxy demands. Of course, the real brilliance here would be balance. 7 doesn't have to become a tyrant. She only has to recognize when the shadows of her past can be leveraged for the greater good. Jeri Ryan's relationship with 7. Ryan's playful description of the idea as evil genius also speaks to her deep understanding of 7 as a character. For years, Ryan has been protective of the role, often pushing back against superficial writing choices and advocating for 7's growth beyond her Borg trauma. The fact that she relishes this mysterious new command concept suggests it respects that growth. It's not about making 7 cruel or villainous. Instead, it acknowledges that she operates on a different wavelength than her peers. She's someone who has lived inside the mind of a collective, faced constant prejudice, and earned her place in Starfleet by sheer resilience. Giving her a command style that feels slightly off compared to tradition isn't just clever, it's authentic. Why evil genius works in Star Trek. Star Trek thrives when it challenges its own utopia. The original series questioned the limits of exploration. The Next Generation tested morality through diplomacy. Deep Space Nine exposed the compromises of war and religion. 7's Enterprise era has the chance to test the very institution of Starfleet itself. An evil genius command idea could show audiences what happens when the Federation's most hallowed traditions are bent, if not broken, by necessity. How much flexibility should Starfleet allow its captains? How much individuality can coexist within a collective mission? And most importantly, can Starfleet evolve without losing its soul? By putting 7 at the center of these questions, the franchise positions her not as a copy of past captains, but as a disruptor, someone who makes viewers rethink what it means to sit in a captain's chair. The fan response? Unsurprisingly, Ryan's comments have sparked excitement across fan forums and social media. Some speculate that the idea could involve integrating former Borg tech directly into the Enterprise's systems,